Hello, and welcome to Shadows of Archonia. I am Steve Boshier, and I will not be your dungeon master this evening.
What?
With me,
Shock!
as always in real life, but never on stream.
Rarely on stream.
Rarely.
Hello.
You're going to introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Sarah.
Yeah, there you go. Sarah's going to stand in for Joshua in the order right now.
Okay. All right. And I'm Alan.
I'm Carolyn. I'm not used to not saying a character name.
I know, yeah.
I'm just going
An
to
exciting character.
frame out the light bulb there.
determined.
Okay, so we are not playing our regular 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons game tonight. Instead, we are going to be running Survive the Night, a completely different RPG, and we are lucky enough to have with us the writer of said RPG as our guest, Game Master Brian Crenshaw.
Yay.
Hello.
Thank you.
So what do we do? How do we play?
Yes, we are completely we've been given character sheets and we know nothing else about the game.
I love it when the class does their homework. No, that's fantastic. So it's a really beginner-friendly game. Essentially, you are it plays a lot like Dungeons and Dragons. You know, we're sitting around the table like any role-playing game. You've got a narrator, DM, GM, whatever term you're comfortable with, and all of the players are playing a character who is essentially trying to survive a horror story. So if you've ever watched the movies and said to yourself, man, that's a stupid decision, now is your opportunity not to make that decision.
Nice.
No.
Sounds good.
Why
Sounds
are you
good.
saying oh no?
It's a D6 system, so anything you want to try to do that's more complicated than, anything that's not trivially easy. You roll a D6 and you add whatever bonuses on your character sheet make sense. So if you have a skill that would contribute to this effort, you can add the +2 from that skill. If your stats are just like attributes in Dungeons and Dragons. Build is how big and strong you are. Coordination is effectively dexterity. Perception is how aware you are of your surroundings, which in a survival setting is usually more important than how book smart you are. So I guess you could call it intelligence and wisdom together if you want to, but its impact on the game is going to be a little different.
Okay.
So I brought 12 pre-gen characters, and I believe each of you has selected one. Do you guys want to go
Yes.
around and tell us your character name and your character class?
Okay.
I am
You wanna
playing.
go?
Oh, I was just going to go first because I'm used to it. But you
That's
can
fine.
go. You can
That's
go.
fine.
All right.
No. You go.
Okay. I'm playing Sherry, the paranormal investigator. I had the opportunity to change the name, but I'm not gonna.
Just gonna go with it.
Yes, I have a camera, and that will help. I have an EMF audio recorder, and most importantly, a flashlight, because flashlights are better than lanterns.
I was just going to ask real quick, do we know what grade we're in high school?
Huh?
Are we in
If
high
you
school?
want to be in high school, you can be whatever grade you want. I think most people usually pitch themselves somewhere into the mid-20s, but I'm down for whatever you guys are down for.
You guys want to do high school?
It didn't occur to me till just now to do high school. I think Sherry is definitely like I don't know, 10th grade, sophomore.
Okay.
Yeah, she's kind of a Scooby-Doo crew type of paranormal investigator.
Definitely has her own YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I'm feeling.
has her own YouTube channel. Her video camera
Yes.
is actually her phone because it's
She talks to
2020.
ghosts at 3 a.m. 3 a.m. videos.
Yes.
No, you know who she is? She's Chloe from Smallville. That's who Sherry is like.
Oh, okay.
All right. Alan, you want to go next?
Oh, I thought you were going to go.
Ah, take it.
Okay. I'm going to be playing. I I decided to change his name, but his name is gonna be Cliff Hawkins.
Of
Cliff
course it is.
Hawkins, and he's gonna be playing the heavy class.
Okay.
And actually, I want to put him all the way up to senior grade. So he doesn't have much. He has a flashlight, but it seems like he's really into wrestling, and I like that.
So wait, Sherry's hanging out with the senior jock?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, you could be hanging out with me just because you think something weird's happening.
It's definitely why Sherry's here.
Yeah. So all I got is a flashlight, but I got a bunch of brawn to spare.
Yeah, we know Cliff.
Yeah, we hate Cliff.
Oh, you do? Okay.
You hit click already, man. See, this is the thing. This is the thing. She hates all my characters, no matter
I
what it is.
know! It's already happened!
Let's make it different this time, Carolyn. Please. We haven't started yet. Please.
You're gonna trust me. You're not gonna much like my character either, so it's okay.
All right. You want
Well,
to
with
go next?
that, you have to go next.
Sure. I am playing Mitch, the hunter.
Mitch!
Okay.
Are you,
What
like...
grade?
See, I had already pictured him like mid-30s.
Dude, be Dean from Supernatural, and this is the episode where you're stuck with the teenagers.
Oh God.
We're all Scooby-Dooing out here. And then you...
I guess I will peg him as a junior.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Quiet, polite, hates everybody.
Nice.
What class was he again?
Hunter.
Hunter. Okay.
And I am Jan. My class is actually leader.
Of course it is, Jan.
I am very excited about all of us being out here this evening. I've gotten really into urban exploring, or in this case, rural exploring. And I'm pretty sure I have something, I've been in some way, shape, or form the driving force of what's got us out here tonight. I have lots of diplomacy. I have lots of encouragement and buffs for the team. And I also, perhaps most importantly, have a first aid kit. I'm a junior, and I'm probably the student body president. Yeah. All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
I like that.
All right, and I'm the narrator. I play every character you guys don't, and will be indirectly responsible for all the bad things that happened to you today. I'm still going to blame your decisions more than anything else, but I'll be in the mix
Sure.
somewhere.
Vote now in the chat. Who you think's going to get killed first?
I hope it's me.
Wow, ouch.
What? Why?
Tell me what you really think.
Did the lighting
No,
just
that's
change
just how
on
she
us?
is.
Or am I
She wants
crazy?
to be the one that dies
Oh, because the
first.
screen just changed. That's why.
But I won't let her.
All right.
So,
You won't.
your group is on a road trip.
Ooh.
Where would you all be headed?
Man, I automatically thought the beach, but well, what are you guys thinking?
Well, I don't know. I feel like where Mitch is headed might be different than where the rest of us are headed.
Yeah.
Where's
Yes,
Mitch
Doesn't
heading?
hunt on the beach. Mitch has
So
his
so
own like blind up in the trees in the forest somewhere.
If
So
I
in the
can
forest?
go classic, yes, if we can go for like classic horror film, the beach for us would be a lake up in the woods.
Yep.
a lake,
what I'm
yeah,
suggesting.
a lake, yeah.
A lake beach,
Yes,
like Middle
Lake
America
beach.
has.
yes. And I
So
I think if I may say that I've put this group together because I've heard that there's something cool out here that I want to check out. And so I've coaxed the people with the skill sets that I think I'm going to need to join me and said
Guys,
what I've had to say.
just let Jan think that she's the reason we're here. It's
Yeah.
just let that happen.
I think it would be a super
I'm
awesome
gonna-
way
I'm
to
gonna-
spend a Friday night in our small town that, while charming and very nice, we've already seen all the movies, we've already eaten the ice cream, there's nothing else to do. Let's go to the lake where I heard there's something really cool for us to check out.
I'm just gonna pretend that you told me it's the beach, but you tricked me.
It's a beach, there's sand, there's water.
Be like, this is not the beach. Yeah. But I like this.
Yes.
Fantastic. One thing I will say before we carry on, you all have control of your characters per usual, with the exception of if you fail a fear roll. A lot of horror games have sanity. We don't have sanity so much, but I guess you could call it resolve. From time to time, your characters will encounter something that they're not prepared for. They're not like us. They're not fearless. Sometimes they lose their nerve. In those instances, you will roll on what is called the panic table. If you fail the fear roll, you roll on the panic table, and that will allocate to you a designated action that you must take. Often it won't be an end game kind of action. Sometimes it'll just be that you have to run away, even if your buddies are standing their ground. Sometimes it's being paralyzed with fear. That's no good. That's a bad one. Don't roll that.
So noted.
Now that you have been so warned, if all of you are ready,
Yeah, let's do
Ready.
this.
Let's hit the road, guys.
Whose car are we taking?
Mine.
an hour of trying to... What?
I
You're in
just
10th
got this
grade.
car.
You're a sophomore. Can you even drive?
Yeah, I just got this car. I was left back.
All right. Is it like a big van for all your gear and stuff?
Of course, because it used to be my mom's.
Ah, of course. So it's a
Cool car.
minivan.
An hour of trying to make sense of the gas station map you bought has led you deeper and deeper through the wooded hills along unnamed roads. In time, your way is hemmed in by thick trees. Too crowded to turn around, you go down the winding lanes until they diminish to dirt trails.
Perfect timing.
Woo, dirt trails.
It's
Did
growing.
anyone else
And
hear
you
a
got-
cat outside?
You know, I hear that there's always been a big problem with feral cats out in these woods.
Yeah.
It's bad. Sometimes there's even two.
Can I take one home if we find one? Please?
I think that's a question for Sherry if she's okay with the cat. Are you okay if we bring a cat in your van, Sherry?
I'd really rather you didn't, unless, is it an evil cat?
There you have it, Mitch. We can only bring back an evil cat.
Well, it doesn't have to be evil per se, but if there's something weird about the cat, maybe we could investigate the kitty.
All right.
Yeah.
Only investigation subjects.
Yeah. Does anyone else hear a dog?
Can I bring a dog if we find one?
No. No dogs in the van.
Oh.
What about raccoons?
Talk to me first.
I don't think we really brought any
So noted.
animal trapping equipment, guys. But, maybe we should just kind of stay focused. Stay focused here.
Okay.
All right.
So can anyone figure out this map?
I mean, you could let me see it.
Can anyone else figure out the map?
I'll take the map. Do you want me to do a perception roll on this map, Brian? See if I can figure out where we are.
Go right ahead.
All right.
I think we have to
That's
go
not
that
great.
way.
I rolled a 2, and my perception is +1. So it's +1 to perception, observation, and intelligence.
Mitch, you know how to read maps, right?
Sure do.
Yeah, I thought you might.
Guys, I'm telling you, just let me look at the map.
I hand it
no.
past.
Cliff, come on. I know you're good at
Cliff to
running,
Mitch.
but Mitch spends a lot of time doing this stuff.
All right.
taking a look at the map, Mitch?
Yeah, sure am.
Okay.
7.
Is that with wilderness survival added in?
No, that's with the hunter perception. I guess I could do with the wilderness survival as well.
Yeah.
9.
So, as much as you hate to admit it, you're pretty sure Cliff is right. You need to go that way.
Well, where do we have to go, Mitch?
Thanks, Mitch.
That way.
I knew it.
Yeah, okay.
Great teamwork,
You
guys.
guys have to trust me more often.
No.
Don't worry, Cliff. Everyone trusts you. Thank you, Mitch.
All right.
So who's behind the wheel? Is this Sherry with her
Yep.
van?
Yep.
Oh man, Cliff is in the back. He's just hanging out in the back.
Yeah, I brought the van because I knew that Cliff would want a man spread.
Yeah, I'm like taking over like the whole back seat almost.
I feel like
Just
I'm
like-
definitely riding shotgun.
Fair.
So
So,
girls in the front and boys in the back.
heading that way.
Why do I... He'll
Go
get
right
this
ahead.
smell on me.
You're
I mean, you
being
could-
a gentleman to Jan. Letting her have the
Okay.
front.
There
Fine.
are 2 rows of seats in the van.
Yeah, you don't have to sit next to Cliff. You can sit in front of Cliff.
I will sit in front of Cliff.
Hey, there's plenty of room back here if you want to sit back here. There's
Nope.
plenty of room. There's plenty of room.
As
All
they're
right.
arguing about seating, Sherry, you go that way, only to find that after a couple of turns, the trail ends abruptly in a grassy clearing encircled by a fairy ring of toadstools. Crossing the ring so you can turn the car around because apparently Mitch does not read maps as well as he thought he does, as well as he thinks he does.
Cliff, why did you say this was the way? This obviously isn't right.
But this is cool. Look at this. It's one of those fairy rings. I've never seen one this big before. Usually they're from like a tree stump that rots, and then there's like a little ring of mushrooms. Like this is like all the way around. That's really cool.
I had mushrooms one time, but it didn't pan out too well. Just like
Fair.
Bet you did.
Mitch, these aren't the right kind of mushrooms.
Yeah, let's not forage for mushrooms. That seems like a bad idea.
Okay, so
So
why
we
are they
turning
called? Why
around?
is it called a fairy ring?
Oh, because supposedly what happens is like if you step into one or you walk across them, it's like a gateway to the fairy realm.
Do you think we just drove into the fairy realm?
Did
I
you
sure
just call
hope
me
not.
a fairy?
Yes, Cliff.
Cliff, come on.
Sure. Am I to understand that you have driven across the mushrooms?
On accident, yeah. I didn't notice them at first.
As you all begin to argue about the origins of fairy rings and whether or not you have read the map correctly, the world goes black.
Oh shit.
I would like all of you to make a perception roll.
Cliff, save me!
Perception. Perception, huh?
That is a 5.
4.
3.
5.
One other thing. This is a D6 system. A 6 is not a guaranteed success, but a 1 is always a failure. All of your bonuses fall away when you roll a 1. So, if you've rolled a 1, up until now, you're getting grandfathered in. But from now on,
Okay.
All right.
You don't have to be that nice.
We know Alan just crit failed.
Yeah.
No, it really was a 3. It really was a 3.
All right.
It was.
okay,
I
was
believe
it
him
was
because
it
I don't think Cliff has +2 for tourist perception.
Was it Sherry who rolled the highest?
Both Mitch and I rolled 5s, and that was the
Yeah.
highest.
5s. Mitch,
Yes.
you come to after what feels like a long time. You must have been out for hours.
Wow.
Awesome.
It's pitch dark, and you smell. It smells like hay.
Oh, we lost sound.
We lost audio.
Uh-oh.
Why? Why did we lose you? Sorry, guys. We suddenly cannot hear any of you.
Oh, we're back.
That was weird. Skype decided to switch output devices. All right.
We
We
good?
lost everything
we heard-
after...
We heard
Hey.
up to Mitch coming to, and we heard up to the word hey.
Okay. All right.
So, Mitch, you look around, and your eyes are starting to adjust. You think you see another figure stirring nearby. You recognize the silhouette of Jan in what appears to be very thin moonlight coming from a window high up on a far wall. You think you're in a barn, but judging by the placement of the window, it's a pretty big one.
Okay.
Am I awake?
Can I sneak crawl over to Jen and see if I can't wake her up?
We all know how great you are at sneaking. But as soon as you try, you hear a jingle, a clanking noise. You look down, and you can't really make it out in the dark. But you realize that both of your wrists are connected to the wall by manacles and long
Oh,
chains.
damn.
Awesome.
This is Mitch. Mitch has a spear. I don't know why.
Because Mitch is awesome.
This sound rouses the rest of you. You find yourselves in similar straits.
All right. I immediately try to pull these restraints off because I hate being restrained.
Make a strength roll. Cliff can add his build, his +1 for athletics rolls, as well as +1 for weightlifter.
Okay. So +2 then, right?
+5, but you know,
Oh.
you do math however you like.
It's very Cliff attitude to life.
That's a 9.
All of you hear the snap as the chains go taut, and Cliff strains against the metal. You hear the timbers groaning. His breath gets heavier, and then he sags.
Damn it.
Okay, what the hell? Does anybody have any idea how we got here? What's happening?
I think Cliff
Okay.
told us to drive the wrong way.
Okay,
This is not cool, bro.
let's
This is not cool.
Let's figure this out. I want to investigate. Do I still have my gear on me? I'll ask specifically for me, my flashlight and my first aid kit.
Did we lose sound again?
Oh no, we lost sound again. Sorry guys.
Why though? Why?
This is super fun.
This better not keep happening.
Yeah.
All right.
Technical
Okay,
difficulties.
there we go. I wonder if it's because we added the
Yeah.
thing tonight to put us both on
All right. Well, we
headphones.
got you guys.
Test,
right.
test.
Yeah, we can
All right.
hear.
Sorry.
Okay.
Do I still have my gear on me?
Yes, you do.
Great. Okay. Well, that's good. That's something. I've still got all the stuff I have. I want to investigate the manacles holding me to the wall, just to kind of see if I can figure out any clues from them. Like, do they look old? Do they look new? Do they look... Just try to see if I can figure out any hints as to what's happening.
Sure.
Is that a perception roll? Or, for lack of anything better, perception?
Perception would work just fine.
Okay. That's a 4.
Immediately destroying your night vision, but it allows you to take a closer look. The manacles do look old. You're no historian, but the style seems to be something like you might have seen in an old Hollywood movie, like something from the 18 or 1700s. This isn't the way people sequester each other these days. They don't look rusty or in bad repair, but it's definitely not a style you would see today.
Is there like a rock nearby?
Feeling around, you feel hardwood floors. Well, I don't know. I guess that would qualify as hardwood floors. You feel wooden planks and hay over top.
Mm-hmm.
No convenient chain bashing stones lying around.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
How much room do we have? Like, how far of a chain is this?
You can touch your toes, and you could walk probably 6 feet away from the wall.
Okay.
You can interact with one another. That's it.
Are we chained next to each other? I kind of have us laid out this way, but
Yeah.
we could be like anywhere.
You are all on the same wall.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
Are we able to touch each other?
Okay.
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 right.
So I'll be the green one
Okay.
because I want to be next to Mitch.
All right. So Mitch is
I'll be
red.
I'll be the white.
You'll be the white one. Okay. I'll be the black one with the bow. Okay. All right. Okay. So who can pick locks, like old-fashioned ones? Does anybody have any sort of lock-picking stuff? Any sort of metal-cutting stuff?
Mitch, can you pick locks?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Okay.
I am pulling out my camera.
Make a perception roll, Mitch. Oh,
Oh,
by all means, Sherry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull out my camera and start documenting the situation. We all blacked out and we don't know where we are. We're chained to a wall in this barn. Probably we've been kidnapped by some sort of serial killer or possible warlock.
It was the mushrooms.
Sherry,
7.
as you pan your camera around in low light, you see something move on the far side of the barn.
Oh! Did you guys see that?
It's a seal. Sorry. It's a.
It was just the first miniature in reach.
That's fair.
Something moved.
Okay.
I don't know what it was.
I immediately put my flashlight on it. But first, do you want to resolve Mitch's roll? You didn't get it.
That's okay. That's okay. We had a camera.
Yeah.
Someone was going to notice. I'm sorry, Mitch. Next time. You shine your light, Jen. And across the room, a little girl, chained to the far wall, shields her eyes from your light.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no, that's really bad.
Okay.
Little girl.
Okay. And I'll lower it kind of down to the floor. It's like, hey, hi. Okay.
Hi.
Hi. I'll shine it on me so she can see. Hi. Hun, do you know where we are? My name's Jan. These are my friends. Do you know what's going on here?
You're in the fairy ring.
Okay. All right. How long have you been here?
I don't count the days anymore.
Okay. It's not great. That's not
This is
a great
starting to
answer.
freak me out, bro.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Listen. I'm going to take a quick sweep with my flashlight to see if there's anybody else chained to the wall in here.
There are not. Shining
Okay.
your light around, you see the barn door. There's a loft above you.
Okay.
A window up by the loft is where the moonlight is shining down. But otherwise, you are alone.
Okay. All right. When you say little girl, how little? Like 5, like 10?
She's about 9 or 10 years old.
Okay. All right. Okay. Everything's going to be okay. We're here to help you. You're going to help us. We're going to get through this. And we're all getting out of here. I promise.
Hey, kid. Hey, kid.
Yeah?
How did we get here?
Yes.
What?
Everyone gets here the same.
And how is that?
What do they look like?
Yeah.
Witches. People. But they're not people.
Okay. Did
How many people have come through here? Besides you and the witches.
The witches were here before I came here. I don't know who else came before I did.
Okay. Have you seen any other prisoners like us? Or has it just been the witches?
They keep prisoners for as long as they're useful.
Okay. Okay.
All right, all right.
Useful for what?
She's hugging her knees. She's got her legs like up into a ball. And as she scratches her knee, you can see that she's missing.
Oh gosh.
Useful for me, they like to take pieces.
All right. I can't
Okay.
take this, guys. I can't take this.
Get us out of here, Cliff.
Cliff's going to try to gather restraints again, but this time he's going to go for a running start. So he's just going to like back into the wall, and he's just going to go, and he's going to try to run and use his momentum to pull on these chains.
Roll a d6.
Okay.
Well, a d3.
A D3.
Yep. Just divide it by 2.
Whoop. So there's no luck in this game, right?
Not for your class, there's not.
Yeah, because I just rolled a 1.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, it's your lucky day, because 1 damage isn't enough to throw your shoulder out, but you've learned a valuable lesson about sprinting against chains.
Damn. Okay.
Okay. All right. All
So I-
right.
So I lost 1 life.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Cliff, let's use our heads. Let's use our heads here. All right. So, did you see the witches bring us here? Bring us in to this room?
I was sleeping.
Okay. All right. Do you see the witches come and take people out? Or do they just keep everybody in this room until they're done with them?
They always take me out.
Okay. When they take you out, where do you go? Where do they take you? I'm sorry. I know this is really hard. Can I do any kind of... I have like a rally skill where if I roll, I can...
Diplomacy would be an applicable
Diplomacy?
skill if you're trying to keep the conversation going and trying to...
Sure. That was a 6, and so with my 2
Dang.
diplomacy, that's an 8.
Okay.
Jan has her babysitting certifications. She's like studied about psychology of kids for all of her babysitting clients. She knows how to talk to a 10-year-old. Like, she's very good at it. Oh, we lost him again.
Yeah, the audio
Sorry.
went out.
This is going to be super fun.
This is awesome.
Sorry, I
love it.
lost everything.
Okay,
from...
we got it back.
Yeah.
We lost everything after Sarah spoke.
Yes.
And it happened again.
And it happened again.
Holy
Sorry.
moly.
All right, give us that moment one more time.
It is due to the double headphones. We had to get a new gadget to plug in, and it's just, I think the computer keeps not recognizing it every few minutes.
Okay.
They take me to the Grove to talk to Peter.
To Peter. Okay.
Peter.
And is it Peter that removes fingers?
Peter asks for the pieces he wants.
Uh-huh.
I don't want them taking my pieces.
I'm sure they won't find much use for your pieces.
Come on, Mitch.
We just need to get out of these chains, guys. Cliff, you couldn't pull
I tried already. They're on shut.
Okay, well, we couldn't pull the chains out of the
Will you
wall.
help me?
Yes, we will absolutely help you. Everybody's getting out of this.
Yeah, of course we are.
Yes. We're going to get out of this. We're going to get out of the fairy ring. And we're going back home. All right. Now stay with me.
Get a word, Sarah.
What? Oh, did my sound cut off?
No. It's just your low.
Oh, sorry. We are absolutely taking you out of here. We're going to get out of this fairy ring. We're going to escape the witches. And everybody's going home.
She produces from the folds of her very old-fashioned dress a long and ornate key.
Okay, that's going to help.
Is that a key to the chains?
Not to mine, but I think it'll work for yours.
Okay.
All of us?
All right, sweetheart. Toss it over. We're going to unlock ourselves, and then we're going to come over there, and we're going to figure out how to get you out of that. Do you need me to roll diplomacy again?
You rolled really well last time. I don't think it's necessary.
Okay.
There are bolt cutters in the shed.
He's in the shed? Let me at him.
Who else is in the shed?
Just Peter, I think.
Okay. All right.
Peter's the one that wants parts.
Yes. Is Peter... Look, we can either be sneaky or we can be aggressive here.
Was that a question for her?
No, this is musing out loud. Me musing out loud.
First, we need to get the key from her. That's step
Yes.
one, no matter what we do.
All right. So here's the plan. We'll unlock ourselves. We're going to go to the shed. We're going to try to be sneaky and get the bolt cutters. If sneaky doesn't work, Cliff comes in and punches them really hard. Right, Cliff?
Right.
And then we get back here with the bolt cutters.
No, listen,
No?
I don't think we should leave her alone, and I don't think we should try sneaking in to the shed to get the bolt cutters before we've tried some other way to get her out of the wall. Now, Cliff couldn't break Cliff's chains, but maybe Cliff can break the chains they used on the little girl.
Sure.
Cliff kind of like massages his hands and he's like, I don't know.
Well, and maybe, if not break the chains, break them out of the wall. The wall's just made of wood.
That's a great idea, too. Once we're free, let's investigate what's going on with you, and we'll see if there's a safer way to get you out of there. without having to go disturb Peter.
I'm filming all of this, by the way.
Does
Every
that-
word.
What's your name? I'm so sorry, I didn't even ask. What's your name, hun? Could you repeat that?
Samantha?
Samantha. Okay. All right, Samantha. Will you let us have the key?
You promised to come back and get me.
I swear.
Samantha, I'm not leaving this barn without you.
Yeah. We are not leaving you here.
She tosses it up and with 3 fingers as well. It spins through the air and lands within reach.
Okay.
Of who?
She'd be throwing it to Jan.
Okay.
Okay. I'll pick it up and I'm going to go ahead and undo myself first. Does it work on my manacles?
Pops right open.
Great. I go ahead and do that for myself, and then I hand off the key to
That's me.
that's you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hand off the key to you second.
Okay. So I will unlock myself.
And I'm going to immediately go over to her with my first aid kit and check her out in much closer.
Okay. And I'll unlock Mitch. No, I'll unlock Cliff next. Click. Sorry, Mitch, but Cliff is bigger than you, and if someone comes in here, he might have to defend us.
Fine.
I agree with her.
In the meantime, can I look around and see if there's anything I could use as a weapon?
By all means, make an observation roll. It's a little different. You don't add your hunter bonus because it's not so much your. Oh, you know what? I take it back. Go ahead. Add your standard hunter bonuses, so it's +3.
Okay. Six. Oh, it's so bad.
6 is okay, I think.
On a
Looking all
D6
about
plus
for-
3.
Looking all about for something, anything of use. You are quite surprised to see dully gleaming under the moonlight what looks like iron. It's under the hay. You won't be able to see it better until you're free of this. You found something.
Am I? Okay. Where Jan is, and just hang out.
All right, I'd like to do a first aid roll to check Samantha over.
Certainly.
Okay. That is an 8 for first aid.
Looking her over, you her sooner. Her life does not seem to be in any kind of immediate danger. Very rough kind of aid has already been applied to her. Cauterizations here and there, a few rough stitches. She's missing 4 fingers and her left foot has been removed at the ankle.
What the hell?
Oh,
You see also that her manacles are the same make as your own, but they seem to have become so dirty, rusted, stained over the course of holding her in this state that you think something may have gotten into the locking mechanism. The key is probably the right key, but she may not understand that something's wrong with the manacle itself.
Okay.
Okay, guys. If all 4 of us pull on the chain together, maybe it'll come out of the wall.
Maybe you should unlock me first.
Oh yeah, I've definitely been unlocking Mitch while they were doing the
Of course.
Okay.
first aid. Yeah.
Mitch, going straight to your find, you discover a hatchet
That's like
underneath
in the middle of the barn somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A hatchet. Mitch has a hatchet!
Mine.
Nice.
Okay, well, we have chains. The chains are in the wood of the wall, right?
They are.
Okay.
They're up a ways. It wouldn't be easy for her to try to carve the wall out.
Okay.
For him to try to carve the wall out. I apologize, Mitch.
Yeah.
So,
Quick question for Samantha. Do you know about how much time we can expect before the witches come back?
I wouldn't wait for very long.
Okay. Alrighty. I want to try and roll and investigate to see if there's anything I can do to try to clean out the manacle. Like if there's anything in my first aid kit, like water or a wipe to try to fix the manacle to actually see if I can get the key to work.
If someone had a sufficient amount of water, you might be able to wash out grime. A bigger concern for you, having evaluated it already, is that there may be rusted parts in there.
Okay. Alrighty. Also, one manacle or two? Two. Okay, one to each wrist. All right.
Now that we've been here a while, I would like to search my memory of previous paranormal occurrences I may have investigated or read about and see if the story that she's telling reminds me of anything.
Okay.
Can I roll paranormal investigator for that?
More paranormal knowledge? Yes, you can.
All right.
You may also add your perception bonus.
Okay, so that's a total of 9.
Mm-hmm. Oh, all right. Well, let's see what you know. You've done, let's face it, an embarrassing amount of research on old American horror stories, ghost stories, were the Salem witch trials legit? You got to go pretty deep into the forum to find out. I realize that's kind of a 90s reference, but whatever. However, you do remember, I mean, let's face it, as soon as you started thinking about it, you're like, oh, right, I was researching this in depth before I came on the road trip. In the, sorry. In the pioneer days, there actually was a story of a witch, not that uncommon, but there was one that made a splash out here. It was a tale of Mavis of the Mountain, someone noted to lure young men away from the villages, and they would simply disappear after her up into the Blue Ridge Mountains, never to be seen again. Given all of this weirdness that you're seeing, given the belief of fairy rings to have paranormal import, supernatural properties, yeah, you think you're dealing with maybe a grade A witch out here. That could mean curses, it could mean demon summoning, it could mean glamours and misdirection.
Sherry. Cliff talks to Sherry. You're into this paranormal shit. What's going on here?
Well, Cliff, I think it might be a real witch. Did you ever hear of Mavis? Mavis of the Mountain?
Mavis? No.
Well, it was a long time ago, but there was a witch who would take people, lure men away from a village and eat parts of them.
Are you shitting me?
It was a really long time ago. If it couldn't possibly be the same witch, but maybe there's like a tradition in the area now.
We gotta get out of here.
While she's saying this, can I be watching the little girl for any kind of reaction?
Certainly. I don't think you would need to roll for it. She has a look on her face that you've seen in plenty of rabbits. over your hunting days. She's not happy to be here. She's scared. And while she wants to come with you, you know that the desire, you know that the thought of doing the consequences will be immediate. She's not white as a sheet, but she's getting there. She is very clearly and very genuinely frightened of whatever's going to come next.
Okay.
Okay. All right, you're a very, very brave young girl, Samantha. Here, and I'm going to get the key. I'm going to take it from whoever has it and give it back to her. It's like, okay, if anybody asks, it wasn't Samantha that got us out. We got ourselves out, all right? If they catch us.
And
I'm going to make sure that Samantha doesn't get hurt for this.
Cliff is going to carry Samantha so that if we do get caught, she can say she was taken against her will.
We're going to make sure we're going to have a fallback plan.
Right, Cliff?
The plan is not to get caught, but this is
I
a
just want to
fallback.
get out of here.
Amen to that. Let's make this happen. Do we want to take one more look around, and I'm saying this in character, do we want to take one more look around this barn and see if there's anything else? Mitch found an axe? That's cool. Great work. Do we want to take another quick look around this barn and see if there is anything else that we can use as a weapon or a tool to help us?
What I would like to do is take a look up at where the chains are connected. Are they high enough up that we could reach them from the loft instead of standing down here?
Say that for me one more time.
Where Samantha's chains are connected to the wall, you said it was pretty high up. Is it so high up that we'd be better off approaching it from the loft if we wanted to pull the chains out of the wall?
The loft wouldn't give you the short answer is no.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know why we're wasting time here, Sherry. Let's just go to that shed.
Wait, can we try the thing where we all pull the chain out of the wall together? Can we try that before we go sneak into the shed with the cannibal?
Yeah, let's give it a try.
All right.
Okay.
So-
Sure.
Cliff grabs the chain.
All right. So we all just
All
go
right.
ahead and grab on.
We will all aid Cliff.
All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and Cliff, roll a d6, and you can add +2 for each of your friends, plus more than 2 if they have strength bonuses.
I don't.
I don't. Mitch?
I've got a melee damage bonus and a grapple bonus.
Yeah, the build bonus counts.
Great. +1.
So 3 total from Mitch.
All right, so 3, then 2, 2. So
Yeah.
that's 5, 6, 7. That's 12 altogether.
Even with your +5?
Oh, I'm sorry, my +5. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17.
The wall groans ominously. Biff, to make room for the others, you're right up against it. Got your foot just pushing up against the wall. Start to hear this nervous whine from Samantha on the bottom, her hand kind of up so that all of you guys have enough room to get a hold of it. After a few moments, though, Biff, I apologize, Cliff,
Cliff.
you are getting the impression that you're making a lot of noise, but you're not ripping all of these screws out of the wall.
Okay.
Okay.
So Cliff kind of like throws the chain down. He's like, "Ah, this is not gonna work."
Jan immediately turns around and heads for the stairs to the loft. Because she was waiting for somebody else to say it, but she's definitely going to look in the loft before she heads out.
Sure.
It's driving her crazy. Like, what's up there? Okay.
The loft, more or less, is here the way I have it laid out. I don't know.
All right, so I'm doing a perception.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 6, so +1 to 7. I'm getting really good rolls tonight.
Up in the
Sarah.
loft, you see there's not so much hay up here, but in a corner so dark that if you hadn't been paying attention and you didn't have your flashlight, you would not have found it. There is a blood-stained sickle.
Okay. All right, I'll take it. And I will grab that sickle and I will head back downstairs. That's the only thing I see up there?
There's the window.
I will look out. I'll turn off my flashlight and I will sneak to the window to make sure that nobody sees me. Do I need to roll sneak for that?
Sure.
All right, just in case. I swear, this is really nice dice. I just rolled
It is
another.
a 6.
It was
yeah.
another 6. So that's an 8 for my sneak.
Jan, you stay low, keeping underneath the line of the window light. You push the shutter aside inch by inch and peer out into the night. In the moon glow outside, you see the field within the fairy ring. Peaceful as a grave, nothing moves across its empty acres. A small, lightless cottage sits at one end of the clearing. On the opposite side, white as bone, a grove of birch trees stares down at the clearing also.
Okay. Do I see the shed?
You do not.
Okay. And so just for orientation purposes on this map, when I'm looking out the loft, am I looking towards the door? Is that where the window's pointed, or is it looking this direction?
Let's call it the direction you're pointing right now.
Okay, so that way. All right. Should we just use kind of classic, say like north, south? Is
Okay.
that- Are you east, I'm west, just for clarity?
Yes.
Okay. So north, south, east, and west. Okay, so the north side of the field is where we can see the house, the grove. Okay, got it.
All
I
right.
sneak back down. I walk back downstairs, and I convey
Fantastic.
all of that with my sickle. I'm like, guys, I'm gonna be frank. I probably am not the right person for this. I mean,
I'll take it.
there you go.
Wait. Well, what you got there?
It's a sickle. It's covered in blood.
Oh, no.
Be
actually,
careful
you can
about
keep that.
tetanus. I didn't bring anything for that.
Well, Cliff, you can have. By the way, my flashlight, is it one of those like heavy-duty metal flashlights that you can hit somebody with?
You are always free to hit someone with your flashlight. I am always free to tell you that it breaks when you do.
Okay, so it's a plastic flashlight.
All right.
I'm gonna nonetheless give the flashlight to
noted.
Cliff, since I have the sickle.
Cliff also has a flashlight.
Oh well, then never mind. My camera has a night vision mode, so
All right.
This may be the first group this is the first group I've played in a long time with enough flashlights for every person.
Do we? Do you two have flashlights?
I have a
Well,
flashlight.
Sherry has the night vision setting on their camera, so she can pass her flashlight along. You guys actually have enough that everybody can see.
yeah.
Nice.
That's unusual.
All right.
So
Okay.
basically,
So-
I'm the one who gets the flashlight because I don't have one.
Yeah, okay, I'll give my flashlight to Mitch, and Mitch can hit a motherfucker. With his
Alright,
axe, after his axe breaks, he can use the flashlight.
Are we gonna head to this shed or what?
I guess we
Which-
have to.
Yes.
I'm going to stay here because I promised Samantha I wouldn't leave the barn without her.
Okay. Samantha, I saw in that direction the cottage and I saw the grove. Which way is, if that's which way they are, which way is the shed?
The shed is in the grove.
Ah, crap. Of course it is. Okay. And I'm assuming that when I looked out, I saw that there's no, like, hiding, right? It's just straight up visibility. Everything's very clear and open. There's no way to sneak.
Yeah, you're gonna be hoping that no one's staring out the window, watching for people to cross the distance.
Okay.
You should go without your flashlights.
Yeah. And I'll convey it's a straight open thing. Like, there's a house and there's the grove, and we're going to be totally exposed. We probably are going to need to sneak, I'm thinking, if we want to make it out there and back without being seen. And I'm saying this to Cliff and to Bitch. I'm gonna come. I think the three of us are going. Sherry stays here with the sickle, defends Samantha if anything goes wrong. But I think we're gonna be sneaky, guys. Does that sound good, like a plan? We good? Does anybody
Whatever
have
you
any
say,
better idea?
President.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Cliff.
GM, is there a window on the bottom floor, or would I have to go up to the loft to see out?
There's a door on the bottom floor that you could keep open a crack, but there are no windows.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, Cliff opens the door to the outside.
All right.
It is as described before.
Well,
Quiet.
All right, let's.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, let's go.
All right. Low and slow, you guys.
Everyone going, make a sneak roll.
Okay.
Sneaky, sneaky.
You may add coordination to this roll as well as the sneak skill if you have it. Cliff, it does constitute an athletics roll.
Go.
8.
4.
I got a 5.
So Jan,
Yeah.
being the leader, knowing where you're going, you take the lead.
Yep.
Looking back and forth, find yourself silently glad that the grove is on the opposite side from where the cottage is. Something doesn't feel right. Probably your guess that the witches live there is part of it, but just something about the place leaves a bad feeling in your stomach. Nonetheless, you cross the field with no surprises.
Okay.
And make your way to the woods on the other side. Biff, a reassuring presence behind you, if anything, managing to cross the distance a little more quietly than you. You almost jump when Mitch shows up on your other side. Quiet as a freaking ninja. Mitch. Mitch, something you are noticing as you bring up the rear is that there is no sound out here. No bugs, no nightlife. This is an unnaturally quiet place, and you don't like it very much.
Nope.
Great sneaking, bitch. I'm really proud of
You-
you. You're really good at this.
I couldn't even
Oh.
hear that.
Great sneaking,
Yeah.
bitch. I'm really proud of you. You're really good at this. Good work.
You climb the rise to the edge of the wood. The scars on the birch trees stare out at you, legion eyes watching your upward progress. You think you can see a rooftop deep amidst the dense growth. It must be the shed up there. It'll be a bit of a climb. Who's going first?
After you, Miss President.
Okay. Cliff, by the way, I'm super proud of you as well. That was really good. Good job. Good job, everybody. Okay, phase 2.
She's talking so much.
I am.
Meanwhile, I'm back in the barn going, don't worry, Samantha. Jen is really smart. She's going to get us out of this. And Mitch is awesome. And Cliff is here too. They're going to get us out of it. And we're all going to go home together, okay?
Okay,
Okay.
Nice. I'm going to take a minute and scope out the cliff with perception to see if I can find the best way up, or to try to spot anything that looks like I might fall.
Sure.
Okay. That's going to be a 5 on perception, just to try to find the safest route up.
Looking up, you are a little alarmed how quickly the soft soil turns into shale, another hard stone. But seeing a way up, you do think that there is a path that would be safer than some of the others. You can have a +1 to your roll up the hill.
Okay. Go ahead and that. I rolled a 6, so that's a 7.
She
Fantastic.
did, in fact, roll another 6.
Man.
I'm
You
sure
grab-
as soon as the fight starts, I'm going to be rolling 1 after 1 after 1 after 1. But yes, I'll take it.
You grab branches when you need them, find solid footing when you need them, and at no point do you send the inevitable rock fall down behind you. You lead the way. Biff, Mitch, are you following or letting her go alone?
I'm following.
Following.
Make your rolls.
Yeah. Can I just put athletics?
And
And
coordination.
coordination?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So I got 6 altogether.
You follow where she set her feet. You take your way up. No muss, no fuss. Mitch, you may add wilderness survival to this.
Okay. So coordination and wilderness survival then, right?
Mm-hmm.
What about sense of direction as well?
The direction is up, and you didn't need a skill to know that.
Damn.
Good.
Well, that's another 8.
You're grudgingly impressed that they're doing as well as they are, but it's still a walk in the park for you. It's like I was doing hills like this when I was 11. Look at Cliff over here with his scholarship, just like.
I'm saving my strength, okay? I'm saving my strength.
I'll bet Mitch is already there.
Together, you reach the top.
All right.
The trees create a small clearing, and in that clearing, you see a tool shed, choked hopelessly with thorny vines, illuminated in a beam of lunar light.
All right.
Okay.
Out front, you see one stone amidst the many sharp stones that cover the ground here. An unusually flat and wide stone, covered in stains.
Mm.
In stains, you say?
Use your imagination, Mitch.
Oh no, I know exactly what that is.
So Cliff is just gonna make his way to the shed, and kind of pay no mind to those stones.
Can Mitch?
Go ahead, Mitch.
Can, well, Big Dumb Cliff is just forging on ahead. Is there any way Mitch can use his sneak and hide?
You can hide. It's a different skill than sneak.
Okay.
But you can add you could add perception or coordination, whichever suits you better, to hide before anything happens. If that's if your story instincts are telling you that now's a good time to be scarce, then I suggest you make the roll.
Okie dokie. Perception or coordination?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. That is 6.
Okay. Mitch, you take a look at a small stand of birch trees. One of these numbers where they split off early in their life, and so you've got multiple trunks coming out of the same spot on the ground. It's big enough for you to slink down with your back up against it. And you get your nice, safe little vantage point for whatever the hell is about to happen. Jan, are you out here with Cliff as he strides to the front door?
Yeah, I run to catch up with him. Like, wait. I say very quietly, too quietly for this mic. Let's slow down. Let's be careful. Let's not waste all of this great sneaking that we just did. Mitch, do you? And I turn around. And Mitch! Oh God, we lost Mitch.
It's okay. We just need to go to the shed anyway.
Wait. I want to. I'm gonna say, using my leadership and diplomacy skills, have I successfully guessed that Mitch is the type to make themselves scarce rather than being the type to be grabbed out of nowhere?
Make a diplomacy roll.
Okay.
You've known him a long time, and
I
you've
have.
probably wrested more information about himself than he would usually have given to you.
Yes. That's gonna be a 5 total on diplomacy.
Mitch is 100% the kind of guy who would leave you high and dry. That's just... You once asked him for a Tootsie Roll, and he told you to fuck off. Like, that's... I don't know if you guys do cursing on this stream. I apologize.
No,
We
that's
do now. No,
Yep.
that's fine.
That's fine.
Yes. I think.
It's fine.
All right.
Nobody gives a fuck.
I'm like, okay. Better be here for backup. All right. Damn it. Okay. Look, let's can I do? Is there a window that I can look into in the shed? Like,
There
let's
is.
scope it out.
What?
I like click window first. Roll perception.
No need. You have a flashlight, so you could see straight in there.
I feel like I wouldn't use the flashlight just yet. Is it totally invisible if I don't?
Oh, correct. Hold
Oh,
on.
sorry, we
Sound
lost-
again, guys.
I wouldn't go straight for the flashlight. I would try to be a little bit sneaky first when I looked in the window without
Okay.
alerting Pete.
No problem. You
Can-
notice two things.
Okay.
One, as you walk around, passing by the door, you see that the vines are abnormally clustered around the handle, spiraling around it almost.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing you notice is the sense of being watched. It's overpowering. It's not some little tickle along the hairs on your neck. It's a certainty. And as you're turning left and right, a voice comes from somewhere in the shed. Who trespasses into the home of Peter Husk?
Do I hear that too?
Mm-hmm. Even Mitch.
Cliff
Fuck it,
goes.
just smash and grab, smash and grab.
Cliff goes. The president and me, and then Cliff throws his flashlight through the window.
Okay.
Shatters straight in. Not a
Of
huge
course you
window,
do.
Cliff. It's going to be rough if you're trying to squeeze in. Maybe, you could try it.
Like, is it obviously too small, or is it?
You could do it, but there's jagged glass around the edges.
Oh, No,
This
I
is-
think he just did that to like make a distraction.
Fair enough. If you want to take it back, now that I've told you that we're not dealing with like a bay window here,
A bay
you can
window.
take it
yeah.
back if you want to.
No, that's fine. I threw it. Okay. That was a GIF.
That was a gift.
Like, door!
God.
And I push you towards the door.
Okay, but the door has vines all over it, right?
Thorny vines all over it, completely
Yeah.
choked.
No, Cliff kind of like points and he says, "I'm not touching that."
May I ask what has brought you here and why you are vandalizing my house?
We got this weird girl down there, and she's talking about witches, and we don't even know how he got here.
Oh yes, hearing about witches always makes me feeling in a very vandalizing mood.
Okay, I'm
Hey.
gonna. Okay, I am going to. Fuck it, I'm going through the window.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to see this guy get face to face. I'm doing it. Do I need
Okay.
to make an athletics roll then to get through
Yep,
without
you
hurting
can add-
myself?
You can add coordination to the roll.
I have none of that. I have no athletics.
And-
I have no coordination.
Raw d6.
Raw d6. This would be a great time to get another 6. It's a 2.
Oh God.
Meanwhile, I'm
Roll.
back in the barn like, don't worry, Jan is really smart. She's not gonna, like, they're not even gonna know that we're here. She's gonna sneak right in and get that thing. It's gonna be great.
Roll 2d6 for me, Jan.
Okay. That's going to be a total of 6, a 2 and a 4.
Cliff, as you point to the door, like, no, there's thorns everywhere. You see Jan just zip around and lunge for the window.
Wow.
Her form is awful. She makes it halfway
Buddy
through.
President.
Thank God she had her hands where they needed to be. Her weight falls down onto the glass.
Oh.
You hear her gasp, and she could use some help.
All right.
And with
Cliff
that,
goes,
Did I make
We're
it
going back to the barn.
inside? Okay.
oh, okay.
Okay.
you're half and half,
All right.
with about an inch and a half of glass keeping you where you are.
Mhm.
Oh gosh, that's
That's
And I'm assuming I
Six.
lose those 6 points.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, Sherry and Samantha.
yeah. Oh wait, lost audio. No, we didn't. That was false alarm.
False alarm.
They've been gone for a little while.
I'm sure everything's fine. They're just taking it slow because that's the smart way to do it. I told you Jan is really smart, and she's going to get us out of here. She's the one who had the idea to come up here in the first place, which was obviously brilliant.
You hear a scratching sound, a scraping noise on the opposite side of the barn.
I heft my bloody scythe and turn to face that direction. Do I see anything?
Just a barn wall. But slowly, inexorably, the scraping noise tracks around the barn, closer and closer to the door.
Okay. I am going to get between the door and Samantha and ready for a swing. And if whoever comes in is not one of my friends, they're taking it in the neck.
The scraping stops as it reaches the door.
Okay.
You see, lined in the moonlight, the edge of the barn door, and bony fingers, one by one, curling around it sliding it open. From where you're standing, you can't see outside.
Okay.
The door slowly rolls open. Go ahead.
Just a bit of a retcon before I have to decide. I would have put my camera down facing the door to record everything. But I'm going to try and kill this person.
Okay.
I've been kidnapped, and I'm not taking it lightly. What should I roll?
You should make a fear roll.
A fear roll. Okay. I get... is that the same as a panic roll?
The panic roll is what happens if you fail.
Okay. So fear is fear just raw d6?
For you, it is, yes.
It's a 1.
Ooh, there's that one.
So, Sherry,
Yeah.
as you see the fingers curling around, you thought that this would be exciting. You thought that this would be what you were preparing for your whole life. But as the door slowly yawns open, your heart's beating faster. Your breath isn't keeping up. You've got a weapon. Oh my God, you've never fought anybody before. Wow, it was stupid to send Cliff away. Make your panic roll.
Okay, so that's where I add the 2 from Courage Under Fire.
Precisely.
All right. Well, it's an 8.
You're completely off the table. Despite failing the roll, you keep your cool.
All right.
The stench reaches you first, Sherry.
Okay.
Like damp earth and wet clay, hiding something stronger. A sickly scent that makes your stomach clench. The stinking figure approaches. Just before you swing, you see the light gleaming off its bald pate. And an identical sickle in its own hand.
Oh.
Make your attack.
Okay.
Sickle to sickle combat.
So I believe my only modifier for this is paranormal weaponry, or does this count as a paranormal weapon?
This is a thoroughly mundane weapon.
So I get no modifiers.
You get a D6, my friend.
3.
Lucky you, I am slow and plodding. Roll 3d6.
14.
Oof. It comes around the corner, and you slash. You expected there to be more resistance, but the blade just slews along the edge of this thing's skull, and this giant flap of tissue just hangs from its front. A face more awful than anything you've ever seen in the movies stares lifelessly out at you. Empty pits in its skull, where eyes should be. It lurches, step by step, and explodes into motion.
Oh no.
The scythe flying at you before you have a moment to process what's happening. You lose your balance. You fall backwards. And that's the only thing that saves you.
Oh yeah.
The blade whips by above your head, and you're still alive, and it's your turn once more.
Okay. I am gonna, without getting up, I am going to swing my scythe at this guy's ankles. There's a guy. And I guess it's just another D6. It's another 3.
It's another hit.
All right.
Roll your damage.
This time it's 9.
Okay. Would you like to do the honors, or shall I?
You go for it.
Without getting up, you prop yourself up with one arm. Get the sickle hand free. You bring it down with all the strength that Cliff never gives you any credit for, the jerk. And you amputate it, one foot and then the next.
Yeah, I do.
The scythe biting through tibia and fibula twice. It falls to the ground, skittering like some kind of deranged insect before slowing and eventually stopping. Until at last you're convinced that it is once more the corpse that it looks like. And then something fascinating happens. A bright red glow appears on its forehead. 3 interlocking triangles.
Whoa.
Roll a d6.
Dang.
2.
You feel the most agonizing sensation you have ever felt. Like something hot and burning twisting through your insides. Your knees go to jelly. You fall gasping to the ground, clutching your abdomen.
Okay.
Your hit points, your life total, is set to 2.
Whoa.
Oof.
Dang.
Are you okay?
Yes! I told you we'd be fine. I'm going to try and get to my feet. I'll use the staff as a crutch, or the scythe as a crutch.
Don't forget your camera.
Yeah, the camera caught everything, I hope. I'm going to pick it back up.
Make a recording roll.
Okay. 5.
You've seen enough supernatural shit. You set it way back for the wide shot. You got everything.
Yes. It was worth the pain.
Yes. No blurry Bigfoot photos for me.
Mitch, you
Yes.
are watching in squeamish horror as Jan makes her ill-fated jump through the broken window and lands with a squelch on the glass-lined rim.
Ooh.
Ugh.
Cliff, your friend needs your help.
Yeah, like immediately I run over. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And I try to like push her like the rest in without kind of lifting her up, you know.
Okay.
Just, am I currently stabbed through like my leg or through my side with glass? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your arms and hands caught most of it. Otherwise, it would be your belly.
Uh-huh.
So
it's,
you're functional. We're not going to
Okay.
take away your manual dexterity, but it's
Gotcha.
not a good look.
I'm like,
So yeah.
I'm like,
So
okay,
Cliff's
need
gonna
you to
try
wrap
to
me up, but-
lift her up. I'm gonna try to lift her up and just push her in, basically.
Yeah. I'm like, yep. When we're done here, wrap me up. But first, I gotta see this. And yeah, I'm gonna cooperate with that. I still want to go in.
Okay. You tumble in. It's not graceful, but you're inside.
I would like to do flashlight up. I want to see this guy because I'm beginning to get the feeling that he might not be a willing participant in this, just judging from what this place looks like. What do I see?
You see what looks like an old-fashioned tool shed. Bolt cutters are hung prominently on the wall, as well as a lumber axe, fishing line, a box of what looks like candles, some kind of ratty-looking jewelry, and no one else other than yourself inside.
Okay, I look around. I'm like, I hold up my bloody arms. Like, is this what you want? You want blood? I saw that little girl. You've been torturing a child. A child.
I have done no such thing. And I resent your accusation.
Well, then I have bad news for you. Somebody is torturing a child and saying that it's your fault. And saying that you're asking for pieces of her to be cut off, for people to be murdered in your name.
As this is going on,
Diplomacy roll?
can I try to climb through the window?
Sure.
Just straight roll. Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay.
And your diplomacy roll. And perception. Sorry. It glitched out there for me for a second. What was your result for both of you?
Oh, what did
So
you
I
need
got
me to roll?
I got a 6 on the die for me.
6 for perception, and what was the diplomacy?
Oh, for diplomacy, that's going to be a 6 on the die, so that's going to be an 8 for diplomacy.
What are you trying to get from him?
I'm trying to get him on my side. I want to start a negotiation. I want to get this guy talking, and I want to find a way where we can all get what we want and get out of here without any further fighting.
It's been quite some time since I had someone so conversational come to visit me. Well, in the interest of good hospitality, I highly recommend that your friend not follow you in here.
Okay, Mitch, wait outside.
Cliff.
Or not Mitch,
is he
Cliff.
talking to Cliff
Sorry,
or
I
Mitch?
did say Cliff. That was out of character. I just made a mistake out of character. I didn't call out there.
As you're hearing this from Jan, you've looked up and you've noticed something that Mitch, to be fair, probably noticed a short time ago. There are no leaves on these trees. All of the foliage is an unbroken murder of crows, and all of them are following everything you do with their eyes.
Oh,
Okay,
cool.
now I really want to go in the shed.
I love crows.
Oh, hail the Raven Queen.
Yes.
Are they looking at Mitch? If Mitch has noticed this, have they...
I feel like Mitch just kind of looking up from his awesome hiding spot and just all these things looking down.
Well, I already rolled to see if I got inside, so I think I'm making my way inside either way.
Was the 6 not the perception roll I asked you about?
No. I rolled a 6. I thought we were rolling for me getting into the window.
No. Go for it. No, Cliff, wait, just like, I've almost got it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm already in. Sorry.
Okay, he didn't mean to do that. He was already partway in. We apologize. We're having a conversation. We didn't mean to say no. If you want, Mitch can go back outside. Cliff can go back outside. I'm sorry. I'm getting the name wrong over there. Cliff can go back outside.
Now I want to make a perception to see if there's any really big tools around that I can use.
You can see the stuff that you guys have lights in here, so you can see pretty much everything. You've got a lumber axe and a pair of bolt cutters are the 2 biggest, most destructive implements in here.
Okay. So, yeah, I want to try to get the bolt cutters.
Yeah, you can pick them right off the wall.
Yeah. All right. Get it?
Okay. So, listen, sir. We did not come here willingly, and we did not mean to trespass. There's a little girl who's being hurt very badly. My friend, Cliff, is taking the bolt cutters. We would like to just leave this place quietly. We're going to take her out of here, and we're going to go. Is that acceptable?
A few minor points.
Let's talk
I find it
through.
difficult to believe that you did not willingly or intentionally trespass. When before you came into my home, I asked who was trespassing into my home.
Point of
Second.
order. Oh, sorry. Carry on.
You may absolutely have the bolt cutters, provided you make a trade.
Okay.
Well, I did give you my flashlight.
And what is it that... Can you give us an example of a thing that you might like in return for the bolt cutters?
Most who come to me come with the gift of blood and flesh and bone.
Had a feeling about that. Do you realize that perhaps your recent people who've been making deals have been doing that with other people's flesh and blood and bone?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
If you would like to barter in the little girl's pieces as well,
No.
it spins for you just as well.
It what for me?
Spins for you just as well as for them.
It's an interesting choice of words. May I ask, what did you give them in return for her foot?
What are you willing to give me in exchange for that knowledge?
I would like to gently point to my blood on the door, 6 points worth of blood. Like, can we consider this maybe a friendly exchange that is, I've given you some blood already, give me a little information?
You get the impression that the rapport you have built with him is instrumental in him not just saying, you broke into my house, all bets are off.
It's like, all right, I get it.
What I gave them in exchange for the foot was information. And the information that I gave them allowed them to do something that they could not have hoped to do without me.
That's fair. Okay. Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Okay. What would you accept in return for the bolt cutters and for us to safely leave this cabin and return so that we may let's start there. What would you accept in return for us to leave this shed with the bolt cutters safely?
For the
both of us.
bolt cutters.
With the bolt cutters.
Oh, for the bolt cutters, I would have accepted a finger.
Okay.
But for an entire person. I'll tell you what. There is a third trespasser on this hilltop. Bring me his head, and both of you may leave.
Now, hold on. We both are here. We both walked into this room together. I'm not asking... I don't think that's entirely fair to ask me to bargain.
1 for 2 isn't fair. What do you think, sir?
I think I want to get out of here.
You know the price.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Wait.
one of you can offer yourselves instead, and the other may go free, if that's more to your taste.
And what happens to the person who remains? They die?
Something like that.
So Cliff kind of puts his hand on Jane's shoulder, and he says, "Hey, President, do you want to get out of here or not?"
I do, but I don't accept that there's only 2 choices.
You saw what happened to that girl.
Yes, I did.
So we're going to have to make a choice here. And it's going to be either us or what's out there.
What about the people in the cottage? Are they trespassers too?
They've never been so bold, no.
Okay. And Jan, just for flavor, is having like a full moral meltdown right now and is trying very much to hold herself together. What was that? Okay.
So Cliff will be like, "Don't worry, Jan. I won't tell anyone." And Cliff kind of puts his head up and he says, "I'll do what must be done."
Look, wait. If somebody goes willingly, I think that's worth more than murdering an unwilling person. I think you can sweeten the deal a little bit more if you get somebody willing.
Like who?
You think a martyr's blood tastes better than a victim's? You're right.
Okay. If somebody willingly, hypothetically, sacrifice themselves, we get the bolt cutters and one other tool from the shed. The other person leaves, and that person leaves with the knowledge how to escape from the fairy ring. How often do you have somebody willingly give themselves up like this? That's got to be very unusual. It's worth being a little generous, I think, when you're making a deal.
If I don't have to slaughter the fatted calf myself, then you have a deal.
Okay. Cliff, pick another thing off the wall.
You can't be serious, Jen.
Well, look, what choice do we have here? This is the only option. I'm not going to sacrifice you. I'm not going to sacrifice Mitch. This is the only choice. Just do it. Just do it now. Pick something else off the wall.
I can't. Because I've always loved you. And I was gonna ask you out to the prom
Cliff, now
during
is
this
not
road
the
trip.
time. Now is not the time. Really. I cannot emphasize how this is not a good time.
I can't let you go, Jane. I can't.
That's not even my name. It's Jan. I mean, I got your name wrong a lot, so I can't blame you.
Cliff goes for a hug.
Okay. I hug you back, sort of awkward. Like, okay, it's gonna be okay. You're gonna get out of here. I need you.
We're gonna get out together, Jane. And Cliff starts going towards the door. I'll bring you back someone. For the trade, for Jane and me.
Very well. And by leaving under these terms, you know the consequences of going back on your word, yes?
No, we don't. Can you explain that to us, please?
If I'm only left with one, I'll take that, and then I'll come for another.
Cliff is already walking to the door.
We're not gonna break our word. Okay. Wait. Tell him what the knowledge is. Tell him how to get out of the fairy ring when we've got the little girl free.
Not until you've made good on your side of the deal.
And on the way to the door, Cliff gets like you said it was like a hatchet, right?
There's a lumber axe.
A lumber axe. He gets the lumber axe too.
Okay. Door swings wide open.
All right. And he gets out.
And I sit down on the floor and like, so Pete, was it? and we can just cut the scene there.
Mitch, make a perception roll.
Okay. Nothing else added to it, right? Like my wilderness survival or anything?
No, just +3.
Seven.
Yeah, you heard that. You know what they said.
Chris
Yep.
comes up. Hey, Mitch, I want to talk to you.
You have heard everything right on down to the confession of love.
I hate jocks.
Yep.
And Cliff starts running towards Mitch.
You don't even know where I am.
I'm just running direction, trying to find you. Axe murderer style.
Oh boy.
Perception check, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cliff has already
That's a
forgotten
nat
that
6.
the person has to be willing.
Okay. You're up against a hide roll of, what was your hide roll?
8, I think. I
So
don't know,
yeah.
I refreshed the page.
That's, you're looking, Cliff.
Mhm.
You're looking.
Okay, I'm looking.
But Mitch, this leaves it to you. You could get the drop on Cliff. You could also probably melt into the shadows and leave. Or really whatever else your heart desires. Whatever strikes your fancy here.
Let's see. Let's see, what do I want to do?
You could do what you always wanted to do in all the other campaigns.
A murder.
I know you want to.
Player versus player.
Yeah. Look at her thinking about it. She's gonna pretend it's Jakish.
Oh, God. I actually don't know what I want to do. What am I looking at if I want to melt into the shadows and leave?
That's a sneak roll. His perception roll was a 6, so don't roll badly.
And then if I want to throw my axe at him,
Understandably, you will no longer have an axe if you do this.
right?
So you're rolling to hit. So you see where it says on your page dodge value, DV?
Mm-hmm.
That's armor class, effectively. You have to meet that value or higher to hit him with your weapon. His dodge value, if I'm not mistaken, is 4. There are weapons that Mitch is good with. Axes are not one of them as far as having skill that would, he doesn't get a hit bonus, but you do have an item that gives you a lot of damage.
Yeah. He doesn't get the hit bonus even if he throws it? Well, I guess not, because they're shooting. Well,
You could shoot him.
I have beef jerky and I have the axe.
Okay. So MacGyver it.
Tie the beef jerky to the axe. Then you throw the axe and the beef jerky calls in all the crows and the crows attack you.
That is true.
It's not true at all. Should not be considered advice.
You're in the house.
I am in the house. I hear none of this. I know nothing.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a sneak.
A sneak to leave or a sneak attack?
Sneak to leave.
Okay. Make your roll.
It's literally just the sneak, right? Plus the 6.
Plus coordination.
Plus coordination. 9.
You leave him prowling around, knowing that if he had found you, he's bigger than you. His axe is bigger than your axe. And, you're not sure you were ever that big of friends with him.
Really wasn't.
You make your way back down the hill, and you're at the clearing. The barn in one direction and the cottage in the other.
Let's go to the barn.
Okay. You keep on sneaking, staying low, staying quiet, looking over your shoulder from time to time, wondering if there's line of sight between you and the shack. You get through, and the smell is awful. There is a pile of bones and putrefying skin on the ground, and not 10 feet away from it, writhing on the ground, is Sherry with Samantha kneeling concernedly over her.
Great. Oh, God. Well, I guess I'm gonna pick up the scythe that the putrid bones and stuff have. Sherry's the one who's got the med kit.
Jan.
Jan. Great.
The one you left to die.
Yeah, well, whatever. Axe. And
How long before I realized that Mitch is nowhere to be found?
About now.
I start heading to the barn.
Okay. So when Mitch comes in, I'm going to turn to Samantha and say, "See, I told you Mitch was awesome."
And I'm going to go ahead and relay to the both of them exactly what's happening over at the hut.
You didn't get the bolt cutters?
No. Biff is trying to kill me in order
Cliff.
to get the... Whatever. Dickwad is trying to kill me in order to get the bolt cutters.
But you never went into the shack, right?
Right.
So you didn't trespass in the crazy voice's house?
No.
So we still just need to get Samantha and get out of here. And maybe Jan will escape.
Wow.
Maybe.
I killed a zombie.
Good job.
Can Mitch do an unaided first aid roll to try to restore points to Sherry?
I didn't catch any of that, Sarah.
Oh, sorry. I just said, since I have
Yeah.
the first aid skill, can anybody else do a first aid roll without the
You can.
skill?
The process is you roll, and on a 6, you can roll how many hit points you give back. With the skill and with the med kit, it gets a lot easier to achieve that 6.
Yeah.
So
What about if I give her some of my beef jerky?
she would have tasty, tasty beef jerky.
Excellent.
Sherry, just to clarify, you are not like trapped rolling around in abject pain. Your life total has been set down to 2, and you looking down at yourself, you don't see any visible wound.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I've already collected my camera, and I've recorded the story that Mitch has told us.
Am I at the barn yet?
I don't know if you've ever seen like Friday the 13th. You got to let us build our way in. As you're talking with Sherry, you start to hear the none too quiet tromping of Cliff on his way with an axe.
Okay.
And bolt cutters.
And we both have scythes, so let's get on either
Yep.
side of the door,
Yep.
and we're going to take him out at the knees.
Yep.
We don't have to kill Cliff, we just have to end his football career.
I'm okay with that.
So, Cliff, you are after you are after Mitch. You don't see signs that he came here.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he ditched out means that at best he abandoned you, and at worst he knows what you're bringing.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously you, Alan, know what's waiting for you on the other side of the door.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to say, I volunteer to go head first in through the door, we could do a perception roll or something like that to see if Cliff detects the danger.
Cliff will definitely do perception.
Go right ahead.
Okay. That's 4.
4.
Mhm.
Make a luck roll, Mitch.
Wow, a luck roll. All right, let's go.
What's that going to look like?
That's going to be
He said
Mitch.
Mitch.
Rolling
He
a
said
d6.
Mitch.
I know. I'm just
Okay.
Just rolling
D6?
on the dice.
too.
Just
Yeah.
a straight D6?
Just a straight d6.
Okay. That's a nat 6.
Man, can I see that on the camera?
We believe you, Carolyn.
I mean,
Cliff, you go through the door,
Mhm.
axe in hand, and you see movement in the darkness. Those who are attacking Cliff, make your rolls.
so what are we doing?
You are rolling a d6. If it hits a 4 or higher, you are rolling 3d6 damage plus build.
Mine is 4 exactly.
You may roll damage.
I got 12 damage.
Why the fuck is
See?
it doing this? 2.
There's my attack, there's my damage.
You rolled a 2, Mitch.
I got a 2, yeah.
Your whole life, Cliff, you have been a consummate athlete. As soon as you see a hint of motion, you dodge to the side. One sickle slices the air to your left as the other one takes you at the knee and cuts something vital. Your leg crumbles beneath you, but you roll back into a kneel and you have the axe on hand.
Oh,
Oh man, I am so good at taking guys out through knees when they come through the doors.
You process fast enough to recognize one of these dark shapes is Mitch. You know which one that is, and the other is Sherry. Oddly enough, you don't think it was Mitch who hobbled you just now.
well, I'm gonna. Cliff's gonna stay on target for now,
Okay.
and he's gonna attack roll, I guess.
Attack roll.
Mhm.
You need a 4.
Just one d6, right?
1d6, and then we'll roll damage if you make it.
Okay. I don't add anything to that d6.
Nope.
You are not an axe fighter, you are a wrestler.
Ah, okay, it's a 2.
Mitch, you missed with your attack, but you saw the answering one coming a mile away. You deftly step out of range, and assuming you want to continue attacking, you dart back in.
All right.
Sherry, you're welcome to take a secondary attack also if you want.
Crit fail.
Mitch,
3, yeah.
that's a fail. Biff, Cliff,
Cliff.
I'm sorry.
That's
we're all
fine, that's
doing
fine.
I have an excuse. I've run hundreds of these. I've had a lot of
That's
Biffs.
fine. It's my
I have
fault for
to
picking a
confuse-
name.
That's just who he is.
So I can't stand up right now.
It's a shaky business.
Shaky business, right?
Yeah.
Because I was thinking maybe I could try to tackle Mitch.
Still going after
I don't know how
Mitch.
much you know about two-leg, double leg takedowns, but
You usually need 2 legs.
I usually
Yeah.
some of them need to. Your classic one, yes. There's 1 or 2 where as long as you've got the other knee on the ground, it'll work.
Right, but not
Oh.
usually sliced up.
Yeah.
Now it says here I do have in coordination. I do have +1 to range damage.
True.
Do I get any? If I throw the axe, do I get that
I'll put
+1?
it to you this way: you get +4 to melee damage.
+4?
You definitely do more up close than you do lobbing things at a distance.
Okay.
If you
All
want
right.
to tackle someone, we will just maybe put a penalty on you for the knee.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no, sorry. It's just remove fatigue penalty because of my good cardio, but I don't think that matters here. No, I'm just gonna do a regular attack again, I guess.
That's fair.
Mhm.
It occurs to you as you bring the axe back up that 1, you're way more athletic than these guys. 2, if you did tackle Mitch, the other scythe would still be working on you while you were sitting on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
These fuckers better hope that they didn't damage your Division 1 dreams. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. I'm getting that scholarship, damn it.
The scholarship, the girl, you're getting it all. You're walking out of
That's a
here with
5.
everything.
Okay, do you have 4 d6s over there?
Yes, I do.
Roll that +4.
Whoa. All right, so 11. 20.
Sherry, with a shock, you hear the thud, and Mitch goes down. The axe lodged in his side.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
You take 20 damage, Mitch. I believe you are still in the game.
Yep.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, Mitch. I gotta get to that prom date.
Sherry, make a fear roll.
6.
You're good.
So do I,
still in it.
Cliff!
Who are you taking?
I don't know yet!
Mitch, you find yourself in a very similar situation to Sherry in her earlier fight. You are on the ground, but you're still free to act. You can take your attacks if you want to. You guys know the drill? By all means. That's a hit. 3d6 plus 1.
Is that 9?
9.
Okay.
Can everybody hear each other okay? I'm getting some lag over here.
Yeah, I think Carolyn's muted because of noise in her location.
All right. 9 damage.
Brian is frozen. We lost him right after he asked if we could
Oh, no.
hear him. Wait,
I think
his
he's
shoulder
back.
moved.
He might be
moved.
back. Brian, are you there?
Oh, we got a wave.
We got a wave.
Yep.
Okay, he's back.
He's
Oop,
no.
he's-
Oh,
Now,
He's a Skype.
Cliff.
now we got a Skype. I think we lost him.
Somehow this is Cliff's fault.
Can you guys hear me?
It's a
Yeah, we
cliff.
hear
Yeah,
you.
we hear you.
We've lost
Just-
your video.
We just don't have a feed right now.
A cliffhanger.
Oh,
wait.
you're
Now we
back.
got it.
All right.
Yay.
Everything
It's
seems
just a lag
functional
spike.
again.
Everything's
very tech
fine.
difficulty
Just like
night.
how all of this is going. Everyth's fine.
I agree.
I agree.
Me and Mitch are going to that prom, or me and whoever.
me.
The point of the sickle leaves a red track along Cliff's arm. You feel the muscle separate along the side, Cliff. You take 9 damage.
Oh boy.
And Sherry, did you roll your attack?
Not yet. It's a 5.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Damage is 12.
Whew. I'm at 1 HP.
Oh no.
Cliff, sorry. You
It's okay.
feel this heat in your neck.
Oh yeah.
Whatever you're about to do, you'd better do it.
Get off of Mitch. He's awesome.
The chaos of the moment slows down with the war drum beat of your heart. Take your action. Your good cardio is kicking in, keeping you rolling.
If I have a dodge bonus, can I dodge?
You already have it. That's why you're DV4 instead of 3.
Like I want to like show the roll on the camera so you don't think I'm gonna like do anything weird with this.
You're the only one asking to see rolls on camera, man. We trust you.
Okay.
Nice
I don't
bedroom.
anymore now that
Okay.
he's asking.
Nice bedroom. Nice bedroom
Thanks.
floor.
I vote for
Guitar?
showing the roll just for dramatic effect.
Oh, well, it's just the keyboard.
Well, I got a 3. on the
Okay.
dice.
All right, 3. It's too blurry. You have the blur background feature on, so it.
Oh yeah, that's why I didn't work.
The heavy head of the lumber axe chops down Mitch. You roll aside and hear it slam into the boards. There's a warm spritz on your face. The arterial spray comes out the side of Cliff's neck.
Oh boy.
It's your move.
Who's move?
Mitch, go, Mitch, go.
Go, Mitch, go.
2.
Sherry?
Let's see.
5.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
There's no way she can get less than 1.
9.
Damn.
You are a son of a bitch, Cliff. This was all your fault.
I just wanted to be prom king.
Are those your dying words?
Yeah, that's his dying words. Yeah. I just wanted to be prom king.
As you bleed out, I'm gonna say, we'll nominate you.
You are now in the barn, in a slowly growing pool of blood next to your friend Cliff.
What friend?
Next to Cliff. Cliff came with the bolt cutters, though.
Yes,
he did.
Mhm.
We're
let's-
going to go ahead and bolt cut Samantha off the wall.
Then we drag Cliff up to Peter.
Yes, we do.
We're on the same page here.
Yep.
Fucking Cliff.
Okay. So who cuts the bolts?
I think that's a job for someone who doesn't have build 0.
I guess that would be me then,
Yeah.
because I have build 1.
There you go.
Mitch? Common sense dictates you cut the chains as close to the manacles as you can. Samantha takes in a sharp breath as you clip one and then the other. Thank you. Are we leaving now?
Yep.
We have one thing to do first.
Just the one thing.
We have to give him to Peter.
She doesn't say anything. She turns a slight shade of green and just sort of turns away, hobbling toward the door.
Well, I don't think he's going to let us leave if we don't. Plus, Cliff tried to kill us.
Can we take the sack of rotting flesh as well?
It's not a sack. If you find something to carry it in, sure.
Okay, yeah, let's
More
do
of a
it.
pile.
Let's do them both. And we'll give back the bolt cutters and the axe, too.
Yeah.
For the sake of simplicity, we will say that you do find a burlap sack so that you can cram all of the putrid flesh inside. So,
I assume there's bones and stuff in there too.
Yeah.
you have a 250, 280 pound Biff, Cliff, big man. You have a little girl
Cliff's
with
actually
1
his
foot.
middle name.
Biff Cliff.
Biff Cliff.
Clifford Buford.
Cliff Biff.
Cliff Biff O'Shanahan. Yeah.
Spit take.
Okay. So, who's carrying what?
Well, I guess I will drag whichever thing is lighter. Maybe Samantha will help me drag the burlap sack full of zombie parts.
She's only got 1 foot.
All right. Well, she can use the scythe as a crutch while I drag the burlap sack full of zombie parts. And I guess
as a hunter, I assume I'm used to carrying things like, or dragging things like deer.
perhaps we could find a pallet or something to make it easier to drag Cliff.
I apologize. You are fresh out of useful tools found randomly in the barn.
Okay.
That's
So-
fine.
Bolt
We're
cutters.
dragging him like a deer.
Well, we skin him. We use his skin to make. Never mind.
Yeah, we'll use the skin to
Mitch.
make a rope.
You carry Biff as well as you can, and it's just this tottering, uncomfortable process. Meanwhile, Sherry, half dead on her feet, drags this stinking, dripping sack of just death. And bringing up the rear, trying to sidestep the patches of ichor and blood left behind by the two of you, Samantha hobbles along. The scythe blade that took Cliff's life just draining down, making her hands slick as she tries to keep up with you. Make a perception roll for me, both of you.
I feel like we maybe would have given her the one that wasn't all freshly
Yeah.
bloody.
They kind of
You
both
guys put
were.
both of them into Cliff at some point.
Oh. I didn't think Mitch ever hit him.
No, I did once.
Perception 7.
What am I doing? Just
Perception.
perception?
Mhm.
5.
Sherry, somehow, despite having to lift this bag, you do manage to have your camera.
Hell yeah. You think I'd miss
And in-
this?
And in the viewfinder, you see a figure coming toward you from the cottage.
What did you do?
What did I do?
It's making its shambling progress towards you, the pace that it's going. You think that it'll probably overtake you a short time after you reach the grove.
Okay, well, I'm going to tell Mitch about it.
All right. I'm gonna say if it'll catch us after the grove, Maybe we've got another sacrifice.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Jan,
Yes.
the door closed shortly after Cliff left. I think things have not gone well for your friend.
Can I ask you a personal question?
If you put your microphone closer to your mouth.
Excellent advice. What is it that you want? Like, in general. Are you happy here? In this grove with, only a few people ever stumbling across it? What? We're talking all short-term solutions here. A little bit of blood, a little bit of flesh right now. What's the big picture for you? Do you want me to roll for that?
Yes, roll psychopath.
Can you guys hear me? Sorry about
Oh, yes. I
Yeah,
can
we
hear
got you.
Yeah.
Just clip that on, but higher.
All right.
What? We lost
we
you
lost
again.
you again. Sorry.
I think he froze again.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Oh wait.
Wait, he's
Oh,
moving?
you're moving again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My connection was like, you know what would be a great twist right now?
That's the stream, folks. Good night, everybody.
So, did you hear anything he said after you asked him what he wanted?
Not a word.
Nope.
Nothing.
Freedom, but not in a way that you would understand the word.
Is there a way we can help you?
If all of you had the same martyr's heart that you do, perhaps.
Oh.
Well, I don't think that's what I don't know what you could offer us in exchange for that, since what we're negotiating for is our lives.
To be a part of something greater. A piece of something more complete than anything your world currently has to offer. Nonetheless, mortals seem to be very attached to the world they come from.
I guess we are.
The world is filled with tiny, tiny violins.
Tiny violins? As in
It's a
the
turn of
world's
phrase.
tiniest violin? You're very funny, Pete. I am trying so hard to be charming right now. Was that too far? Did that go too far?
Hey.
I meant what I said. What I want is all of my friends and the little girl to walk out of here.
I fear it may already be too late for that. At about that time,
Yeah.
through the window, you see Mitch and Sherry and Samantha, and Mitch seems to be carrying a large load.
Guys?
Yeah, so I heard all of that.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, we have a sacrifice for you. 2 if you take zombie bits.
I'm afraid I don't.
Oh, God! I just drop it.
And we've got another one, I think, coming.
Yeah, something was staggering up after us in a very zombie movie kind of way. It might be another one of these things. I don't know.
Have I seen by now that is Cliff that they're carrying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna dump Cliff onto that sacrifice rock. Just
Oh my
drop him
God.
off on it.
Oh my God, guys. Is he alive?
He tried to kill Mitch. He came at us with an axe.
Oh my God.
He kept talking about go to prom.
Oh my God.
We have to nominate him for prom king. I told him that when I killed him.
Oh, guys.
It'll be like one of those memorial things at the school. Everyone will think it's awesome. Oh, did you hear what they did for Cliff? We won't tell them, and he tried to kill everybody.
And I'm going to turn around in the shed, like, well, that's what you were talking about. He's dead. What does that mean?
Your checks his internet connection.
Oh.
How am I supposed to stream Game of Thrones like this?
That's more what Jan was hoping for. Like, do you want HBO?
If you haven't seen the last season yet, you should just stop there.
Well, the original deal that we had discussed involved martyr's blood, but I suppose by the time your boyfriend left, the deal had changed somewhat.
Okay.
I'd say so.
Didn't Cliff say he was going to bring you something?
Yeah, me. He
Well,
was gonna bring me.
Well, he brought himself instead.
A deal is a deal. Though I have so enjoyed your company. The vines around the door handle unfold into massive hands. The thorny underbrush roils into the shape of a man, 15 feet tall, sitting on the edge of the shack.
Okay.
Can I go out the door?
Filming it.
Why, of course, dear, you can.
Swamp Thing is real.
I do.
The portions are bigger than expected.
Where should we put him? Is the rock okay?
Just fine. In fact, traditional, even.
Awesome.
You bartered for information.
Yes. And I am going to cross over to Cliff and just sort of like touch him.
He's mostly blood covered, like all of, yeah.
Yeah, just put a hand on him.
We cut him in so many places.
Cut this symbol in your right hand. He reaches down with one thorny finger and carves an 8-pointed star into the flesh of Cliff's chest. And then say these words. The syllables he says are not intelligible as any language you've heard before. You're not even convinced that they're sounds you can make. Samantha just nods her head along with it and repeats it verbatim.
Okay.
She does.
Yeah.
Precisely. Well, I believe that you brought a guest of your own, and I have a meal to attend to. Ta-ta.
Yeah, guest of our own. About that.
Yeah, I grab not the bolt cutters or the heavy saw that Cliff took, but I grab a weapon away from one of them, and I'm going to plunge down out of the grove, just like without looking, just emotionally react and just get out of there.
Okay.
Back towards.
Make a helter-skelter run down the hillside. Sharp rocks flying left and right. Is anyone following her?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I'm going to help Samantha, though, as I go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because she's got one damn foot.
Okay.
Yeah, she can drop that now. I've got her.
That'll be the side. Yeah.
Now that I'm not hauling a zombie bag anymore.
What was your result for your run, Jan?
It's a 5. I have no bonuses to athletics or helter skelter.
Nonetheless, you do not fall. Mitch, you're next, and then Sherry helping Samantha.
Okay. Can I do a wilderness survival addition to it?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to see you guys later. I'll catch up.
8.
You're fast enough that you can leave Jan behind you if you want.
Not gonna, because I don't have a whole lot of health.
Fair.
And she is my medic. Perception?
I won't make you roll it. You run down, and there it is. Steps out from beside a tree. Dressed in old-fashioned pioneer-type clothing. And you are headed down at a pace that does not allow you to change course. One of you is getting to it first. You're the faster, nimbler one, Mitch. Who's it going to be?
I will go for it. So I feel like, Mitch, it's going to be your choice, because as soon as I see it, I need to take out my rage on something. So I think it's going to be up to you if you want to let me go at it first, or if you want to cut me off.
Absolutely, I will let you. Self-serving for the win.
Yeah.
Fear check. I apologize. I should have made both of you take that roll.
Sure. That was the one that, so all my fear, my +2 to fear rolls doesn't count, does it? It's just
No.
the one.
However, your rally ability automatically kicks in for your own failed rolls.
Really? Cool. All right, so I get to re-roll?
Mm-hmm.
That would be a 6.
You're
Plus
good.
2, so that's 8. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Mitch?
I am not good. I got a 2.
The leader is with you, and since she passed her roll, you get to try again.
Yes. So come on, Mitch.
Get it together.
You only kill other
6.
high schoolers?
I rolled a
Mitch.
6.
As you carom down the hill, this thing steps in. Now, you saw the pile of bones before, and you did just see a giant mass of thorns turn into a person, and that was pretty messed up. But there's just something special about seeing a partially liquefied face that just doesn't do it for you. Your breath stops in your chest. You start to choke back on your reaction as the sheer stench, almost a physical thing, rolls over you. And then there's Jan, just this wild thing with I believe you said a sickle that you took off of your friends, just slashing back and forth. And it's like, you know what? She's crazy, but she's going first. And, what can you do? It just kind of snaps you back in and you're good to go. You may make your attack, Jan.
I'm definitely not going to hit it, because that's a 2.
Oh,
Well,
I'm making my attack.
Jan goes first.
That's another 6.
It's another
I love
6.
this dice, guys.
Thank God.
Make your 3d6.
We should put that one in a case.
Yes. Okay, so it's a 3, a 6, and a 5, so that's 14. Yes, 14.
Mitch, you track it with your eyes as she lights into it with this scythe. And its motions are frighteningly fluid. The first misses, the second goes overhead, but the third try, she lays into it. Parts of its clothes fall away, a gush of blackened innards. But it stays standing. And it lashes out with a closed fist wrapped around something small and sharp. Jan?
Yeah.
You feel the dull thud as it punches you in the chest, and a sucking sensation as whatever it hits you with pops back out in a gout of coppery smell. You've both attacked, and so have I. And Sherry, I assume that between your -1 coordination and helping a little girl, you're probably more than one turn behind.
Well, I have a +2 to run roll. So with that, I had rolled a 4. That not including whatever the penalty is for helping her.
Okay, you can come in during this turn.
All right.
You come in and you see the chaos.
And I no longer have a weapon, so I will try to understand what this creature is with my awesome knowledge.
Sure.
That's a 5, +4 is 9.
+2 for your perception.
Okay, 11.
This is a revenant. This is a creature brought back from death, presumably, given your location and given what you already know about this area, by the art of witchcraft. You have no doubt that this creature is not operating on its own will, but rather on the will of whoever brought it back, presumably the witch Mavis or some descendant. These things are, depending on the myth you follow, sometimes inhumanly resilient, but that has not been your experience. What your experience is, however, is that they have curses on them and dropping them is dangerous.
Guys, don't kill it!
I'm so sorry. Did you say how much damage I took?
You took 4.
4. Okay, thank you.
Don't kill it! You'll get cursed! You might...
Oh, will something bad happen?
Yes!
I'd say, clutching my gaping chest wound.
You might turn into it, or that other thing, or a plant monster. I don't know. Let's get out of here!
Alright.
You don't just attack every monster you see. We can keep running.
Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Mine? I bolt. I run. I take Sherry's advice and I go.
Make a run roll. Mitch, are you following suit?
It's a 6. It's the same die.
Yeah.
Make your roll.
Also a 6.
This is going to be just run. The terrain is leveling up. Okay, fair enough. Sherry, are you also running?
Mine is a 6 with my modifier on it, yeah. But I do want to continue to help Samantha. Because we promised to take her with us.
Jan, you run. You juke around it and take off. Where are you taking off to?
That's a good question.
The fairy ring is all around. You didn't
Yeah.
see any sign of it in the grove, but you know that this place is circled by it. So if your plan is to do to leave, you can theoretically go in any direction.
I am going to make a break for the closest point of the ring. And I presume that's going to be away from the cottage towards, for the record, when I get to the edge of the ring, I'm going to stop outside the ring.
You're going to what outside the ring?
I'm going to stop outside the ring
Okay.
and we'll pick it up from there. You can let me know if I hit the edge. I'm not going to try to cross the ring without doing the thing to my hand. Yeah.
Clarification, we're inside the ring right now, yeah?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to lead the way to the closest edge of the ring.
And Mitch, what was your run roll to follow?
6.
Frickin' super people.
I'm just sad that, I couldn't kill Cliff sooner with that. Instead, I was rolling misses.
Look at him. Look at him. That's the face of a man whose mortal enemy has finally won.
Suck it.
Well, technically, no. You did the final blow.
That's true.
We killed you.
Technicality.
That's
I
true.
like it.
I'm perfectly happy with not me killing you. Just someone.
Sherry,
Yeah.
you're keeping a good pace, but with Samantha, your friends are outpacing you.
Oh, yeah.
It's after about 20 yards of hoofing it that you see the figure easily keeping pace beside you and closing rapidly. You have enough time to take an action.
Does Samantha still have any bit of chain hanging from her? No, they cut it as close to the manacles as possible, so no. I gave my flashlight to Mitch. I have an audio recorder.
True.
I am going to play whatever extremely loud static will come out of it at full volume and just throw it at the creature.
Okay.
We'll see if that does anything. Maybe it'll unghost it. I don't know.
Trying for like an exorcism kind of a thing?
Oh, more like distorting the electromagnetic fields long enough to get away.
Let me pull out my bullshitometer and see what I can wrangle together.
Oh god.
If nothing else, I'm throwing it at him.
Go ahead and make a paranormal weapons roll.
All right.
Just to see if you can just fudge something together.
It's an 8. Oh,
I will let you roll damage.
Okay. Is that 3d6?
No.
How many? One?
I will let you roll 2d6.
Okay.
Full generosity of you finding the ghost frequency.
Oh yeah. I
Hammering it
studied.
in the face.
I studied for this shit. It's a 5. See, Samantha? Monsters hate tape recorders!
Sherry, you're holding it out, and you're just blasting this, like, took it from Area 51 sound bite that you got off of that, off of that web community that you don't tell people you're a part of, but it's where you get a lot of your best leads.
Especially I don't tell Mitch.
Yeah.
And inexorably, with frightening smoothness, it practically glides toward you on its light feet, and you realize, oh, this is not working. You start dialing through the frequencies, just trying desperately to get something, and you hit a piercing note, and then it steps forward and pops you in the face.
Awesome.
You stand there for a moment, plotting your next move.
How much damage did I take?
Enough to put you at -4.
Aww.
Oh no.
To be fair, you did walk into this with 2 health.
Yeah, I did, for sure. I was kind of wondering why I was the only one trying to save the little girl, but I wasn't trying to guilt anybody.
Did it ever occur to you maybe that there's a reason the little girl can speak that language so well?
Yes, it did. I'm a paranormal investigator. But I don't leave little girls to die on suspicion of them being witches.
And as you think this, resolute in the moral correctness of your action, you fall to the ground from the small hole in your forehead.
Yeah, I know. I'm gone.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, hi, Cliff.
Screw you, Cliff.
Oh.
Jan, Mitch, you have made it to the edge of the fairy ring. It's as quiet as it ever was. You hear a slight piercing sound breaking the quiet of the night, and then it goes silent.
I whirl around and see that it's just the two of us. Like, where's Sherry? Where's Samantha?
Someday they'll find my footage and make a movie.
And I turn and I sprint. Do I see them?
You see you see Samantha scrambling on her hands and knees, trying to close the distance with you.
I go to her.
Behind her, you see a figure emerging from the woods, the same one you were fighting before. That's your move?
Yeah. Can I make it to her?
You could probably meet the figure over her, but I don't think you could go grab her and then retreat back.
All right. In that case, I'm doing running attack on the creature.
Mitch?
Yeah, I'm gonna carve the thing into my hand and say the words.
Yeah, I knew it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Make a memorization roll. You may add perception, but not your hunter bonus. So, +1. While you're doing that, Jan.
Yep. Make my attack.
It's hard to cut a perfect diagram into your hand on short notice, so We have a turn or two.
Okay.
5.
Sorry, the way I took that was like it's hard to cut the perfect diagram. I thought you were just gonna be like. Just like,
I
holy
did
God.
it. Whoa.
It would be something I would do.
Yeah, I
No.
wouldn't put that
Yeah.
past her either.
Well, your result was a 5, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Roll your damage. Did you hear me?
Yeah. What's my damage? Just the straight d6?
No. I'm asking Jan, who rolled a
Oh.
5.
Oh, we didn't hear
Oh.
that.
I rolled the 5.
Yeah,
You rolled the 5.
Carolyn rolled
Okay,
the 5.
I'm sorry.
No worries. Yeah, I rolled a 3 for my attack on the revenant. Was that good enough?
Jan, with a running start, you full body swing this thing, just a haymaker with a blade. And with disdainful ease, it slides out of the way. And with a boxer's hook, just bam. In this light, you can tell what it's holding.
What?
Sorry, wait, we lost
crap.
sound again. Hold on.
First
Wait,
time in a
wait.
while.
Okay, sorry. In the light, I can tell what it's holding.
An awl. A leather punch, a metal spike.
Yeah.
It clips you for 5 damage.
Okay.
Takes the wind out of your sails. Breathing is coming harder now. It's your turn. Samantha is crawling for all she's worth.
Okay. Sorry. So it is my turn again.
Yes.
Okay. In terms of the timing, the way I see it, I got 2 options. Either I can try to engage the creature and give Samantha time to escape and get to the edge, or I can grab Samantha and make a run for it. Just based on the space, which one do you want me to make a perception roll to see which one would be the
It would
better
be
one?
it would be obvious to you. The way this thing is moving, you're not convinced that it isn't faster than you on the best of days. And getting Samantha and trying to run with it punching holes into you seems like a bad idea.
So my best option is to try to engage it and keep it off Samantha until...
Or selfishly, you could also retreat and let it have Samantha. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
No wrong or right answers. Though, to be fair, some answers have gotten people killed tonight, so I'm not,
Yes.
There are more important things than not being killed by a liquid goo monster.
Yeah.
Not
I
to a
think-
self-serving hunter.
Like Nobel Prizes.
I think Jan's all in at this point. Like, she is willing to sacrifice herself. She's not walking away now. She's going to go and take another swing at the Revenant.
by all means.
All right. And also try to drive it away from Samantha while she's doing it. It's a 5.
That's a hit.
All right. 3d6.
3d6.
That does exactly 10 points of damage.
God, it's fast. You swing overhead. Takes a half step back and then lunges forward. The counter swing nearly takes your head off. In the chaos, you end up on your back. It leans down to deliver the killing blow. And that's when, full-bodied, you roll on the ground. The sickle takes it at the vertebrae. His head rolls away and falls to the ground.
I brace myself for whatever Sherry was talking about with a curse.
3 interlocking symbols on its forehead glow. And all of the energy, all of the strength in your body just drains away. You are suffering from fatigue 2. And frankly, at the end of that fight, I think that you earned a natural fatigue as well. You now receive -3 to all rolls, mental or physical.
Okay.
While this is going on, Mitch, you have carved the symbol as the diagram as well as you can remember it. And you are trying to recite the words. Your memorization roll was a 5, you said, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, that was freaking Aramaic or something. You don't know what they were saying. There is some syllable in there that you're not getting, and it's not working. Every time you push, it's like, it's not the same as air pressure, but a vertigo feeling in your head. You find yourself stepping back away from the wall.
Mitch! I pick myself up. I point to Samantha. She knows it. Oh, sound.
Ah, crap. Sound.
Sorry, can you repeat what you just said, Brian?
Samantha crawls up to her as she hears Jan calling from 20, 30 yards away. Samantha holds out her hand. She looks back into the darkness. Your eyes can't pierce, but you know she's looking at something. She turns to you, Mitch. He's coming. You can go back for her, or we can go through.
Yeah, we're going through.
She places her hand on the wall. Her voice drops in pitch. Jigana, yeah. And it's like watching heat coming off of a summer road. A veil opens up. She crawls through. It almost immediately starts to close behind her.
I go through.
Jan, you've got a lot of ground to cover and not a lot of time to do it.
Yeah. I'll stagger up to my feet and make a run, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
Did I hear what she said? Did she say he's coming?
She did.
Okay. That was terrible. That was I rolled a 2. I rolled the bad dice. Why didn't I roll my good dice? So
You would like to roll your good dice.
Oh, I don't
You
want
may
to.
do so.
Well, I'll take you up on
I'm
that.
just curious if it'll take
I
a
know.
six.
I want to. It's literally every time I've rolled something that's not a fight, it's been giving me 6s, and then whenever there's anything physical. All right, so let's see.
It's a 5.
So minus my
add
3
your-
fatigue, it's a 2.
This is a run roll. Do you have the run skill?
I do not. I have nothing
Okay.
physical.
Jan, you hoof it. Step after step, but it feels like you're going through molasses. Whatever that magic did, you feel like you've gone days without sleep. This shimmering curtain closes long before you reach it.
Oh yeah.
You try to cross through the barrier. Your head spins and you find yourself stepping away. You hear something behind you. Heavy, purposeful footsteps. Can you remember it? The symbol? The words?
Is this? Do I make another roll?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Whatever I get, even if I roll a 6, it's still going to be a 3 after my fatigue. Or no, it's going to be a 4 because I'll have a +1 to perception.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I go for it. Can I have actually grabbed the awl off of the zombie because I figured that's
Sure.
going to be easier to carve into myself with?
Yeah.
All right.
It's done the job so far.
It sure has. It's put a lot of holes in me so far. I've got put a lot of holes in everybody.
Well,
Oh, my magic dice has failed me. I have rolled a 3.
Which becomes a 1.
Which becomes a 1, yes, after my bonus and minus my fatigue.
You get the awl in hand and start carving it, but no, that line is wrong. And God, that's not straight. Botching it, mutilating your already glass-cut hand. You try to remember the words, but it's this muzzy haze. The footsteps come to a stop behind you. You turn around. 6.5 feet tall, of stiff, desiccated muscle. The last corpse looks down at you, an axe slung over its shoulder.
Oh no.
It says nothing and ends your life with a single blow.
Wow.
Mitch, on the other side of the fairy ring, you make it through with Samantha. Looking back, you see the mushrooms, but you don't see the barn or the cottage or your friend. It's just a quiet night with all the natural sounds of nightlife, crickets chirping. And there's the car, abandoned, just outside of the mushrooms, key still in the ignition.
It's my mom's car.
Can we go now?
Yeah, we can go now. And I'm gonna head to the car.
She hobbles her best to follow you. You can certainly reach it before she can.
And I am absolutely gonna do that, and I'm gonna get in and lock the doors.
Hey. She paused at the door with her crippled hands, trying to get in.
I'm gonna run her over.
Dang.
Backwards.
Drive under pressure roll. It's not a skill you have. It's just a d6.
Mm-hmm.
1.
Having never committed vehicular homicide before,
So many other guys.
you try. It's been a long night. You feel some bumps, but when you look back, you don't see anything. You think you might see the billowing of a dress disappearing out into the woods. What's it going to be, Mitch?
Driving away. Back
Mitch?
into town.
You turn the car around. You don't remember how to read that sign either, but by God, wherever you're going, it's better than here. You throw the car into gear, tear off. And somewhere in the darkness, a bitter, alone Samantha. Horrible grammar there. But Samantha, bitter and alone, cracks an angry smile. One thing she knows that you don't is that curses have long distance.
Oh.
And with that, you have survived the night. Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Thanks for playing,
Carolyn
guys.
wins.
Epic.
Thank you.
That
This was
so
awesome.
good.
I feel like
was
this
so
is the
good.
ending that Carolyn wants in every game.
She got what she
That's
wanted.
a fantastic game.
That was great. Thank
Yes.
you so much, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Look, I'll tell you honestly, the thing that got me to pick the hunter was the self-serving thing.
Yeah,
Not
we,
gonna
Does
lie.
it for some people.
we know.
Yep. That's how to survive a horror movie. Never do the right thing. Always look out for yourself.
Yep.
Well, it depends on the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
If you guys watch DM Scotty's, DM Scotty did a stream of this game, not Witch's Wood, but a different scenario, and Mitch's self-serving qualities aided him there a few times as well.
I watched the one in the sewer, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I watched maybe a half hour of it before I got pulled away.
Wow.
Great game.
Yes.
Loved it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, really cool, man.
Yes.
Really cool.
Hey, thanks for playing, guys. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
And you
Alright.
ran it very well, too. Very impressed.
Would Samantha have killed Mitch if Mitch had left Samantha in the car with him?
So, of all of the scenarios we've published, all of them except this one are sold as part of the core rulebook. This one was an expansion that was done a little bit later. Of all of them, I would say this one has the most moving parts. Samantha can serve a lot of roles based on what the players want from her, what the narrator wants from her. It struck me that you guys could use some assistance. So there's support in the book for her to provide that kind of thing. But again, what does it say about someone if they are fluent in witchcraft?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she'd been there a while. She picked up things.
Yeah.
It didn't
Pure
strike any of
osmosis,
you
guys.
as odd that she's the only one who's survived like any of the things and that she knows that there's a witch? Like, come
Oh,
on.
no, I figured right away because when I rolled my investigator roll, he said that the witch was known for like illusions and tricks and stuff.
Yeah.
But I figured like Sherry in character would not be willing, like she wouldn't apply storytelling logic to a situation she was actually in and just
Yeah.
assume that the little girl was evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's Peter usually features, but not always. There's a lot of different ways to run through this one.
That's cool.
Very cool.
That said, I like playing Peter, so
Yeah.
thank you for going that way.
Yeah.
Do you want to plug where our viewers can purchase your fine game?
Sure. SurviveTheNightGames.com is our website. We're overhauling it. It's not as pretty as it's going to be, but you can still buy all of our merchandise there, with the exception of the T-shirts. Those are limited editions. Wow, I don't know if you can even
little too
see it on
dark.
this lighting.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Oh,
It's
wow.
really-
Plain black
I,
t-shirt.
I saw it
available
earlier.
only
It's nice.
at-
It's nice.
We also have Drive-Through RPG. If you put in Survive the Night games, we are, I think, the first 3 entries. You can get the PDFs of the core rule book, which is what, hey, buddy, he can be out here now. The game is over. Then we also have a free cheat sheet. I mean, I encourage you guys to pick it up if you plan to play any more of this game in the future. It has
Cool.
mostly just random stuff in it that didn't make it to the rulebook, including the errata that buffs up the leaders a little bit by letting them rally themselves.
Nice.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's just supposed to be a really beginner-friendly, story-based game, and that's part of the reason that we've had as much success with it as we have. You don't need to know jack about this kind of thing to play.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like
Yes.
it was very intuitive. You know, I didn't
Yeah.
need to know the names of any of the skills. You just said them, and I knew how they worked. Yeah. So yeah, we are going to be off for the next 3 weeks after this one, so 4 total. We're going to be doing one-shots every week because Matt, one of our regular players, is out on a film shoot and won't be back. This week, Joshua is having his 4th anniversary with his wife today, so happy
Yay.
anniversary, Joshua and Robin. And is it, I believe, the 17th Carolyn is out?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
so,
yeah, whatever that week.
Whatever the Friday
the
is.
13th is, yeah.
okay. So we have a lot of absences in a short period, so we've decided to just do one-shots for a month. Obviously, this one was awesome. Next week, Joshua's coming back to run an all-Erman one-shot set in the Archonia world. We will all be playing Ermin, and that should be incredible. I will be an Bard. I've already built my character. Brian, you are invited to any or all of our one-shots if you would like to sit in with us and game.
Fantastic.
And then after Joshua's game, I believe, are we doing Honey Heist or
Yes.
Mothership? One of the two. The 2 following weeks, Sarah's going to run Honey Heist, and Alan's going to run Mothership for us. We don't know which week is which yet, I think.
To be determined.
To be determined. But thank you, everyone, for watching. Check the information below this video for our Discord. It's free. You can come talk to us at all hours. And there's a number of channels there, including some that have exclusive canon content from the Archonia main campaign. Things that happen off screen. That's it for now. We'll see everyone next week. That's 8:30 Pacific Standard Time on Friday, 8:30 p.m. Yeah, we'll see you then. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.